Yes, perfect. Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Okay, cool. All right, so my name is Imtiaz, and I will be representing the Department of Finance, and I'll be giving you a brief presentation on the major in banking and financial management. So this will be a brief overview of what this program entails, what is the structure of this program, what are the constituent courses, how to do a major in it, and what requirements you need to fulfill to get a minor in case you're not interested in doing a full-fledged major in this discipline. As well, I will also briefly touch upon future career prospects and how this degree or the minor prepares you for the upcoming challenges of the global workforce. So I will make some references to the World Economic Forum report from 2020 and how this program is designed to tick the boxes of critical thinking skills and some transferable skills that you will find useful across various career trajectories. So with that being said, banking and financial management, it is both banking and financial management are very closely associated with the broader finance discipline. So our program touches upon capital market, all sorts of securities, managing those securities, managing portfolios, that might be from an investor's point of view, retail investor, institutional investor's point of view, as well as it prepares you for advisory roles. Of course, you cannot have anything in finance ignoring the corporate sector. So we cover both the small and medium enterprise level, as well as major corporations and international multinational corporations, MNCs. We also have elements of regulatory aspects across financial markets, capital markets and securities, as well as at the corporate level. Lastly, there are some brief aspects of the third sector, so to speak, the nonprofit, the NGOs, the lesser involved or lesser capitalized medium enterprises. So we do touch upon those as well. One thing that is missing from the slide is we have a very popular module on fintech, and it's the way it's revolutionizing global finance. So that is also quite interesting, and I will be talking about it briefly in the next slide. So here we are. So in order for you to major in banking and financial management, the 6 core courses, the mandatory courses for you are the ones in orange, as you can see. Foundations of Finance gives you a basic overview. It is a catch-all course that prepares you for the rigorous and in-depth analysis coming forward in the future courses like corporate finance. So in Foundations of Finance, which I teach, we cover basic things such as time value of money. We gently introduce the students to capital budgeting, risk management instruments, basics of stock and bond valuation, a little bit about derivatives, and I've also introduced a little bit about fintech in this semester, and I anticipate it will continue. This trend will continue in the upcoming years. And then you have corporate finance, which shares a lot of similarities with Foundations of Finance, but it goes into more details. It's a very in-depth, case-oriented module, and it is essential for those of you who foresee a career in the corporate sector would want to concentrate on this course quite heavily. And then we have the commercial banking and finance, which is a very banking-focused course. So for those of you who are interested in a career in commercial banking, not necessarily investment banking, but on the commercial banking end, you'd be at the front end or the back end. This course would be of great interest to you. Of course, regardless of what sub-discipline you want to specialize in or what kind of career you want to do, these are all compulsory anyway. So if you want to do a major, you don't really have a choice. And then we have derivatives. It goes into a lot more details, especially compared to the foundations. It goes into more details of forwards, futures, options, and so on. Now, the investment and portfolio management has everything to do with asset pricing, the managing portfolio risk, minimizing risk and maximizing return, finding the sweet spot, details of efficient frontier, etc. And lastly, we have the credit analysis and lending management, which doesn't jive that well with the previous 5 courses. It has its own niche area, so it will be a lot more interesting to those who want to pursue a career in the corporate sector, as well as those who are strong in accounting would probably enjoy this course a lot more. And we have 5 electives on offer. Out of those, you need 2 for the major, and there's a catch. At least one of the 2 courses that you choose has to be on the 3rd year level. So it has to be level 3 and above. So basically, your choices would be between fintech, modeling and finance, and treasury management. But in terms of course offering, we have the number 1 would be IFM, or National Financial Management, which Dr. Yesi, the HOD, he teaches that course. This is heavily exchange rate related. There's a heavy focus on multinational transnational corporation management, minimizing risk, foreign exchange and currency risk. There's a heavy focus on that. And then we have FinTech, which is one of the most popular units, especially as an elective. It's a new course that we started offering since 2020, and it is quite popular simply because it's new and a lot of people are, really curious about what this is. And there's no clear path as of yet in terms of career prospects. We don't quite know how the fintech sphere will shape out in the coming decades, but at least we are offering something that will give you an introductory overview so you can find your own way should you be interested in pursuing a career in something like this. Regardless of what your career aspirations, it's a good idea to have some knowledge of fintech anyway. And then you have modeling in finance, which is a heavily quantitative course which deals with financial modeling, both in terms of financial management, forecasting, projection, as well as at the investment sphere. Treasury management is a deeper extension of the BFW 3841. And lastly, we have introductory econometrics, something that falls under the purview of the Department of Econometrics and Business Analytics. So this is, as the name says, is very heavily econometrics, which is statistics flavored with business, or business flavored with statistics. And then we have another option. You can choose to, if you're not interested in going for a full-fledged major, you can do a minor in banking and financial management. So in this case, your choices are, you have to take 4 courses, and you don't really have a lot of choices. Out of 5, you have to pick 4, but the caveat is that you can only take maximum of 2 first-year level units. But that doesn't really matter much because there's only 1 first-year level unit on offer. And it is highly advisable for anyone willing to do a minor to take the foundations of finance. And out of the remaining 4, you have to take 3, and out of those, at least 2 of them have to be second-year level units. So here your options are, there's a lot of overlap with what I've mentioned before: corporate finance and commercial banking, derivatives, and investment and portfolio management. So what kind of career can you look forward to if you embark on a journey on this path, this set of courses? Of course, the obvious one would be at the corporate level, be in whatever capacity. You might be an analyst, a financial manager, or can be at the back end dealing with credit or treasury. Banking would be another solid choice. On the slide, it says, Sharia banks or financial institutions. We don't offer a course on Islamic finance per se, but that doesn't mean that Islamic banking institutions only recruit those with degrees in Islamic finance, but rather they also have a need for people well-trained and adept in traditional finance as well. So you can, you will be well-suited or well-qualified for a career in the Islamic banking sector as well. Investment banking, merchant banking, those ones are also quite solid choices, probably better for those who are more quantitatively inclined. And stock analysts, financial analysts, those fall within that as well. Less common are, of course, fintech and startups. This is for the more adventurous types who who like to take on new challenges. So our new module on fintech and its influence on global finance would be a very solid choice for you if you see yourself in that path in the coming decades. So that is pretty much it for me. I will concede the floor to everyone, myself and Dr. Yessi, and if there's anybody else from our department, we will do our best to answer your queries. Thank you.